everybody, here at Tea Time with the Empress, here at Soul Central Magazine, Soul Central TV, Soul Central Media, Guerrilla Mafia Entertainment and Media, and here he is, Tea Time with the Empress, with my main man right here, Dave Nordstrom, okay?
Hello, man.
Yes, we can finally hear each other and everything else just like this. I'm hoping my mic and everything on the camera's working well today, because I gotta make sure I catch what Dave's talking about. So Dave, you know what, when we were talking before, we were talking about, you know, and we wanted to get a little bit more into how you got into Sundance, and that was through the publication of your magazine and everything.
Well, actually, it was before the magazine. It was magazine started 5 years after I started Sundance. So moved here in 2010 from Vegas, from Vegas, and then via Scottsdale. But I've been all over. But 2010, I volunteered the first year at Indie Lounge, and then the next 5 years after that, or 4 years after that, was a producer there. So, it's just, I've been an actor, but
when you're in the greedy mode, I'm like,
actor.
okay.
Which means you're an extra.
But you was in it though, so that's all that matters. You made the credits, right?
But then when I moved here, I also got involved behind the scenes, and we had a studio downtown that was 50,000 square feet, and that was when went through the crunch of the economy, and I was going through my own crunch with my health, and after spending 144 days in the hospital and bubble and things like that. But so I came up here, because I love to ski, and that's been a passion of mine.
To pay that hospital bill, you got to get 5 jobs.
Well, that's and the Mayo Clinic actually saved my life. So, but you know how the Mercer is. You're in healthcare, but that was just it for me. Living in that bubble and things like that.
Yeah, because they put you in isolation and everything on that one. So you talk a lot about Sundance and about producing and everything at Sundance. So you must have seen a lot of crazy people come through Sundance.
Yes. Well, and actually, we are the crazy ones. No, but it's a passion, and it's networking. I call it high stakes networking. And you're paying $80,000 for a rental of a building for the show for 3 or 4 days, and then plus. But having a location where you have media for exposure, so your customers, your sponsors can get endorsements with celebrities and things like that, big gifting lounges, and being able to brand. So that's what we do as a brand.
So pretty much what it is, because I think that's what it is that I'm trying to do, is that a lot of people don't get to see the behind the scenes of what happens and what makes Sundance what Sundance is. A lot of people just think that, okay, I'm going to go down there and see a lot of good films that I haven't seen before, a lot of new producers, a lot of people putting out short films. I know that this year they had that little controversy that they were talking about with the Neverland movie and all those other things that's going on. But how long does it normally take you to get prepared and ready to put on these lounges for the celebrities and all the branding and all the sponsors and everything?
It goes all. I actually take off a month. Well, maybe March, but no, it's something you work on constantly. So, and then you have showtime, like 90 days out. You get probably more than that, but you got deadlines. You got to pull over 300 permits for your lounge. And then all all the people coming in, everybody needs their permits. It's a lot of hoops to go through, and I've hired a consultant or Mike Sweeney. We need a great man to run a point for you up there. So his family they bought up both parts of the city when it was.
So did you? So when you started Sundance, it was already in Park City. It wasn't over there in Provo, because I've been to the one that was in Provo. Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, I have that story in my magazine. So I pictured Robert Redford and Frank. I'll get back on that one. But
at least you're keeping it real. You're like, I'll get back to y'all on that one. Trust me, one of us will remember by the end of this conversation that's going on.
No, but that was a great art. That's when Sundance first started. It was at his Sundance ski resort, and and you see the screening room, and that was actually a little sign he put over the ski repair shop, and you know, now it's, they got Sundance, International, and they got the American Indian, American Indian Sundance, and I mean,
so the Sundance has been able to take on different forms. It's like it just went from that one spot, and then it's just like everything else. It's just like a honeycomb. It just went to another thing, to another thing, to another thing. And so you know what? Because I'm always telling people. I said, because I know a lot of young film producers and people and everybody. And everybody wants to get into Sundance. Everybody, they don't care. They don't care if it's like 18 feet of snow out there. Like I'm saying, they gonna find a way to be able to, to get down to Sundance. And I just think that that a lot of we already know that, because anybody who know me that wants the snow come, it's like I'm like I start having flashbacks of the Donner Party and all these other things, and I'm like, listen, I don't know if I for real, I'm like, I don't know if I want to, got no seasoning for that, and so and so you go there and you're doing, and you're going and doing all of this stuff. So has Sundance been the catalyst to lead to the things that you're doing right now? Or were you already balling before you even started doing Sundance?
Yeah, okay. I like being, when life throws you, some speed bumps and things like that, you step back and you appreciate different things in your life. And moving up to Utah, I get to enjoy the mountains and hiking and skiing, but there's some summertime activities in the mountains too. But and I enjoy throwing events, and the fruits of the labor is seeing smiles on people's faces, and the referrals to other events. And I have City Creek Entertainment Productions. I've had that down for going on 11 years, and that started downtown at an old 50,000 square foot animation studio. So, I lived down there. You're working 16, 18 hours.
So that's one of them situations where you started from the bottom, and you're moving your way up. And see, and that's what I like to put in is that transition. And that's when I always tell people, I said, I don't try to censor myself or anything else like this, because this is the real world, okay? Everybody, they sit there and they see where you at now, but they don't never look back to what got you to where you are right now, and why it's such an important, thing for what you're going forward and things that you're doing in life and everything that's going on right now, is that they just think that we just automatically, this just was handed to us.
You get to walk right in and be president of the United States. No,
okay. It don't happen. It don't happen like that, and that's why I say that that in your interviews and everything like this, just speak your mind, man. Say this is what really happened, because a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to go back and look at this and they're going to be like, oh, I always wanted to know Dave Nordstrom. Oh, I know he did this. Oh, I know he does Sundance. I know this, but they don't understand that you as a man had to go through trials and tribulations to get to where it is and to where you can be right now. And it's just it's such an interesting, beautiful thing about it, is that you're so humble about it, is because you know what it's like to grind. You know what it's like to have to go out there. You know what it's like to have to start this, rubbing two pennies together to get to that dime. Like I'm saying?
I believe I have bootstrapped more projects than I would ever want to think I did. But it is. You have an idea, a vision, and that's being a producer. It's having the courage and the faith to jump into something, balls to the wall. You just you roll the dice. After I got through with the Indie Lounge after 5 years, I was at the Champagne Bash party or something. Saying, okay, you need to make me this person. She's got a venue going on up in Park City, and okay, I'll check it out. I'm taking a break, and come to this place, and I'm like, beautiful 2 levels, 7,000 square feet. Like, okay, got celebrities coming in there, limos. Like, okay, all of a sudden, boom, somebody walks in, here's a contract. Like, well, I was just reviewing it. It was like $80,000 for 3 days. I'm thinking, okay, 6 weeks out. I can get this done. Okay, give me a check for 10 grand, and boom, you're on. And it's like, but through the relationships that we built in the years of, it's about trust and your integrity of getting things done and being the man of your word.
But I bet you've had a lot of people try to blow a lot of smoke up your butt too, you know, like I'm saying, during them times. Because I know that that's the one thing that I don't like. Everybody got all these promises and they got all these big dreams, but when it come down to getting down to it, then it's like, oh, this came up, oh, this came up. And that just kind of like irks me sometimes, because I'm like a professional. It's like when I look at something, it's like my brain is already calculating in a 360 and how it's going to go from that moment that person gets out of the car to the time they come in, where they're going to walk and where they're going to go in. And I just think that a lot of people nowadays, they want to be able to, you know, say, okay, I got this space, oh, I got this and this and this and that, but they don't understand what it takes to do that event. How can you promise something if you don't even understand the whole...
Well, because the difference is that we don't have somebody giving us an hourly paycheck. You know? It's because we see the vision, and as a producer, you know, you make things happen, you know, and you put it together, and you're in. I mean, it's your name's on it. So always do the best you can at whatever you do, you know, and it's and you will get the results you want, and people will believe in your projects, because, hey, you know, have I had bad projects? No. But because, I mean, I love everything I do. It's like, you know, and if you love what you do, you know, it shows. And you get to see that on the smiles of the people that you touch. So, you know, it's bigger, you know, the bigger the projects, you know, it's you know, you need a big team, but, you know, I've done big teams with...
So you just take the stress in stride.
Yeah, I'm all twisted.
And you know, and because I think that's what it is, Dave, that you know what is that I think that a lot more people need to understand that, and they need to put out there, and they need to understand is that that's the image, and that is part of your branding. Your branding is that you actually care, and that you actually, when you put something into it, you're not just, you're looking, your vision has to do with everybody that's involved in it, you know, and you don't get a lot of people that's like that, because a lot of producers be like, it's my way or the highway, and this don't happen this way, then it's not going to happen at all. But you know, if you go in and you actually assess the whole situation, and you be like, listen, buddy, this is how this is going to work, this is how this is going to be the best way to do it. You treat me good, you give me respect, I'm going to give you respect. You don't come in here talking no cash shit to me, I ain't going to talk no cash to you. And you know what, let's make this a beautiful thing. Let's make the celebrities happy, let's make the fans happy, let's make the people happy, and let's rock and roll, and let's do this.
And let's leave a product that people want to invest in on the next
the branding,
one. So,
yes. The branding is going to do. And so, you know, we talked about, you know, and so we have that part from going down from Sundance and going down, you know, talking about how the magazine came about after 5 years of you doing Sundance, and you making all of, you know, the meeting the people and everything, and guiding it to the point being it's like this. So as a producer, okay, it's like, where is it that now that led you into, because I heard that you into some comic book stuff now too now, okay? Let's talk about what's really my interest, okay? You know, I was just trying to get y'all, you know, the man behind the scenes, you know, like one of those, you know, MTV specials for a minute, but MTV don't sue me, you know, like I was saying, just like this, getting to give you one of them, you know, cribs to, you know, things like this, but, you know, it's all leading into my ulterior motive is that, you know what, I heard you got some, you know, you all about some comics, and so let's talk about that, okay?
Well, you know, an amazing thing that Dan Farr and Brian Brandenburg put together was the Salt Lake Comic Con Fan X.
Yeah, we can't. We didn't hear that first part like this, because in case San Diego try to come give us some cookies.
Well, yeah, but that was the first one, and you know, and that's a battle that's been, you know, overcome. So the Fan X, but the first one that we went to, you know, actually I was over my little business meeting area, Little America. You know, I love doing business over there because there's always things going on. But I was there, and Joe Davis, the Park City TV morning show producer, TV host, I was there with a race car driver, and it was the Formula Ones, Formula Threes. But and this was the first time for they were doing the world circuit, and in the United States with the Formula One cars. And Formula 3 cars, and so the race car driver, he was in this, you know, race car uniform and stuff, and they overheard our stuff.
Yeah, his battle suit on. Okay, I'm from Daytona. I know what's going on. Okay, they trying not to catch on fire.
And so they'd overheard a conversation, and we were having a meeting for the magazine, Producer Magazine, and and came over and like, Joe and I all of a sudden recognized each other and hey Dave, you take care of this? He's like, he's looking to brand his, the Formula 3 race that's going to be here at the Larry Miller track. And anyway, so I was like, well, yeah, Comic-Con's going on. That's a great place to go do some branding. You got 100, they had 120,000 people, something like that. So we went over there and met, and next thing you know, he's having his logo put on the race car. I got my logo on the race car, and we got a big 20 by 40 slot. And we got the Ferrari, the new latest Ferrari over there, and of course I always like to have beautiful models,
Listen, that's called the eye candy, you know what I'm saying? That's what, listen, I ain't stupid to the game, okay? 'Cause listen, everybody know me, okay? I say they come in here one day, I might be looking busted as hell, okay? Because I know I'm working, but you put me on camera, all of a sudden I'm like, Tina, I'm like, nut bush, shit bush, okay? And before you know it, okay? Shaking it out, people like, who the hell is that? I'm like, don't worry about that, okay? I'm doing that, I'm doing what okay? And then you wonder why all the views and everything is going the way that's part of the business right there, okay? So you had your car out there, you had your women's out there, you had everybody doing like this and this. Boom.
And when we first walked into that, it was like 2 days before I ran into the race car driver and stuff. I'm looking at this and everybody's setting up their shop for the 3 days of Fan X and like, man, I need to get some gadgets or something. We're gonna sell something for $10.
Oh, you sound like
oh my God! I'm seeing it like
that because I'm like, we go somewhere. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, hold on now.
Is that the chrome car?
I gotta go sell something out of my trunk.
I'm gonna go get some Ouija boards and some. And I was just like, I was like, we're gonna be here, like, and that was. And then the next day, because we just produced something, it's like, and I ran a race car driver, like, okay, now I've got a reason to be there. I don't know what we're selling yet, but it's his race, and and I was like, boom,
I would have popped the truck on that car.
I had another film producer in town. He goes, Dave, I watched you on Facebook, and you make something out of nothing. And I was like, quite a few people ask me, so what do you do, Dave? I'm like, let me know, we'll both know.
I'm a jack of all trades. Yeah. This is what I got going
I like to create. I like to create excitement. I like to create an environment of.
No wonder you love Fan X.
Okay, I'm telling you that because you're a man after my own heart because I started doing shampoos, conditioners, soaps, and all them things. And I say, if I'm so good with all these herbs and all these things, I was sat there and I remember the day that this started like 4 years ago here at Iron Coffee Teas and Bubbles. I was like, Mom, I say, let's make drinks. And next thing you know, 300 and something drinks later, 85 coffees and all these other things later, here I am and I'm still thinking, I'm like, let's get some crystals and stones in here, and everybody's always talking about their branding and their theme, and I'm just like, what category can you put me in when my brand encompasses so many different objects, and people are like.
As I look around this room, I feel you.
It's like, I'm so like this, I looked at this, my friend came and said, Gwen, I saw this and I thought about you. And I was like, what is this? He goes, I got this big Jimi Hendrix that I want you to put here in the store. I was like, oh, I love Jimmy. Okay, and next thing you know, I got Jimmy or whatever, comic books and everything. I got kids putting their pictures, about where I sit at because then we were going to talk about that picture Christopher drew because he was in the class and it just looked like a potato head and, it's like, my baby, we did an art class in here one time.
Does he think he's an artist?
Yes, he thinks he's an artist. We had Thomas Estrada in here in our old store. We did a class and Christopher, he was drawing this beautiful Rasta line. Everybody was getting all Picasso, the colors. And I look at Christopher's one afterwards. I said, that was like Tony the Tiger. I said, that don't look like no lion whatsoever. But he was so proud of it, just sitting there cheesing and everything. And I was like, okay, baby.
And then I did this art class with Lawrence White, and I thought I was drawing something nice, and it looks like a serial killer.
But it's a step up from a stick man.
So it all started with Phoenix, and you were just out there with the Formula 1 cars. Y'all had the models, y'all had the girls, y'all had everything going on, except the Trump pumping. Okay, because if you had me out there, I'm like, Dave, We know we listen.
We gotta have music, gotta have music.
I was like, we gotta have music. We gotta get some gas money to get back home, so we gotta sell it.
And then that's another level, just the music, and you know, Utah's just got so many great performing artists and things like that. You know, I'm involved with, I think it was in 2016. We did 212 concerts here in town. You know,
Wow.
you know, so it's, you know, the Galvin Center with excellence in the community. You know, they have, you know, and they're free to the public. You know, so
Yeah, my mom goes to the jazz nights over there.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you know, and then I got Lakai. You know, so we had on Thursday nights we did concerts at Lakai. You know, and that's beautiful. I mean, out there, and, yeah, we were doing it on the inside and the big grand ballroom, but it was like, you know, it's just a giant atrium with plants and things like that. And
So it's living. Everything is like
yeah,
living
yeah.
around there.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, and then up in Park City on Main Street, Main Street concerts, you know, and I was, you know, they're free to the public, you know, and nothing's free. I mean, you know, we put hard work into cultivating our sponsors and things that help us grow our passion. Well, speaking of sponsors, Five Wives. You know, you can hashtag 5 Wives Vodka, you know.
Y'all heard that hashtag,
Yeah.
5 Wives Vodka.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it, Tea Time with the Emprezz, Soul Central Magazine, okay? 5 Wives Vodka.
Yeah, and they are sponsoring the Soul Central Magazine Awards down in Vegas on May 25th.
Heck
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's what's up.
Listen,
Yeah.
y'all all know vodka look like water. You put it in a sports bottle. But you didn't hear that from me because I didn't say nothing. Okay? And, you know, because that's a great thing. So that's how you plug it like this. You get your drinky drink on, okay?
For real.
Because is it raw? Is it okay? I know everybody. You know, this is the elephant in the room because I understand that we're in Utah. Is it full strength?
Of course it's full strength.
Okay, because I had to ask because when we first came down here, I ain't never seen no Budweiser with no 2%. Okay.
But they pulled out all the stores now. They finally got that real passed, I guess. So.
Because folks was going to boycott. Okay, they don't understand about pitchforks and tar and feathers.
Well,
okay.
Well, you know, when you have the liquor board or the state liquor board and everybody on the board drink, that's not a board. You know, yeah, that's pretty boring. I mean, they're like, no, you know, you need people involved and know what's going on. But
tasters.
No, I love it here. I mean, I've lived in, you know, Vegas. I've lived in Scottsdale. You know, Portland, Washington, Minnesota. You know, I call Utah home. I mean,
You know, we definitely call Utah home. This right here. And so you know, I sat there because you guys know we went from me jumping, being interested in one thing, and then he said vodka, and then my whole attention span went to. I was like 5 Wives. I was like vodka. I was like, hey, that sounded real. That sounded like, you know, some drinky drinks. You know, like I'm saying, you know, y'all need to send me a bottle so I can show it on the show one day. You know, and with some ice on it. Okay, maybe a little orange juice or something. And so you know what? So and from that point when you were out there with the Formula 3 drivers, and you know, you had everything going on. So where have you? Where did that lead you to into the cosplay community?
Well, let's see. Good question. Well, so right now, currently, so we have Celebrity Suites by Inspire, and our first convention we did that in Palm Springs. Lawrence White was there. You know, he's a comic illustrator, producer.
Legacy League Productions happens every Saturday here at Irie Coffee Teas and Bobo's. Lawrence White.
There you go. Now send them billable hours.
Lawrence, you be getting my invoice, baby. Okay, Dave, teach me things.
Yeah, you know, so you know, we did that, and that was and now we're doing the Heroes and Villains and the Walker Stalker events, which is the Walking Dead. I mean, you know, these are cult, you know, shows.
Listen, I know about Walking Dead. Christopher had me binge watching that stuff one day. After that, I was like on the zombie apocalypse. I saw anybody walking crooked down the street. I was like,
She wanted to run him over. I'm like, this ain't TV show. He just got a problem.
I'm like,
Okay, back to one. That was a real person.
I swear, because we saw this guy walking from the train track and he had a little lip in his. I said, oh no. I said, here it goes. Because he had me watching The Walking Dead 24/7. So I was on the zombie apocalypse after playing Black Ops and zombies and all these things, man. I was like, I was impressionable. Okay.
Oh, bye.
Okay. I thought I would have to get down to some business. Okay.
So that's why nobody walks on the sidewalk around here.
We got the eyeball on them when they come in by, okay? Their face not looking right or anything like that. I'm like, we got to tune them up. Okay?
Yeah.
So how is that event going? Because I know there's a lot of Walking Dead fans.
Oh, yeah, I mean, actually, well, yeah, and then we did Nashville, that was beautiful. And we just finished a year on that, so we're starting our second year out of the 3. We'll be in Chicago in April, and then every month there's a different one. So I mean,
when are you gonna do something down here?
actually we're in negotiation with Denmark, so yeah, soon on that. So
I'm down, man. You need some help on that, okay? I like to see dead.
so actually what we do is we run these celebrity suites, so the green room, where they're out there signing autographs and meeting public. So when they go back in the holding area where they get relax a little bit, and so we
They get to let the girdle out.
Well, yeah, and that's they got little snacks and stuff, but we bring our sponsors in. Basically, it's a refined celebrity suite or gifting suites of Sundance. So Sundance is great, but it's like there's all this other stuff going on. So we get to hang out with 20, 30 actors.
That's where swag bags is at.
Well, yeah. So we have premier customers that come in there to gift them, and it's all about building relationships. I mean, that's what we do. It's like and refining those. Because you're at Sundance, boom, somebody gets pair of boots. Okay, good, bye. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get to talk to that person.
You don't get the hobnob.
Yeah.
You don't get to sit down and chill out with them. So that's pretty much what it is that you get to do. So you get the fun part is that you don't get them when they're out there, watching their mouths and and sitting there knowing they can't cuss around kids or or they in full makeup
or paying $40 for an 8x10 autograph.
Okay, so you get them when they get to get in there and they need to just sit down, relax, and then then that's when you get to come in there and and then the sponsors and everybody get to talk to them and holler at them and show them their products and
intimate. You get to meet the family, So it's it's like if I'm invited to meet my family, kudos to you. So it's about it is. Everything we do is about building relationships, and when you can create a better environment, a safer place. I mean, yes, we all like being in front of the camera. Well, not everybody, but being in front of the camera. We're all legends in our own mind.
I know I'm gonna be a legend. I'm not gonna be shy about it, okay? Because I know, like I told you from the beginning, I know when I'm gonna leave my mark on this world and they go like this, I said exactly what I wanted to say. Okay, and that's the great thing about it, because I can understand what you're saying, because that's the most thing that if people, when they go look on our Google reviews and everything is here, is that we held, for 4 years we've been holding a 4.9, and it's all about our customer service. It's all about the family atmosphere that we give people, that when you come in here, we treat you like you coming into your own house. It's like you, like I said, Dave, come in here and say exactly what you want to say. I said, you make yourself at home. I said, you want something.
I love you.
Like I'm sitting just like this, and I'm just like, you need something, I'm gonna give you. And it's not like it's putting on the air, but that's the way that I was raised. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because my granny was, my mama then was always like this. You give respect, you get respect. You treat people, the way that you want to be treated, And that's when I come in. People be thinking sometimes that they're not used to that, and they think that you're being fake or you're being phony. And I'm just like, no, baby. Every day you come in this door, I'm gonna be the same way. I'm gonna open your straw for you. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing when you come in the door?
It's a million little things that create the best response. I mean, it's like, oh great, I did this one big thing to somebody. Like, it's opening the door. It's saying hello to somebody. Throwing a buck here to the guy in the corner. I mean, I like getting involved in things that pay it forward. So.
I can understand that what you're saying right there, because it's funny, because I can see some of these young kids come up in here sometimes, and I know they love coming up in here. They love, because I be messing with them. I give them a safe place to do their homework. I'm like an advocate for them, and they be like, oh, I'm like, Gwen, I'm like a dog. I said, don't worry about it. I'll take it out of my tip jar. I'm not saying I do it all the time, but I know certain situations, and they be like, Gwen, I be like, I said, it ain't no problem. I don't want you to not have something, and I know that you love it so dang much. You know, like I'm saying, I said, next time you come up in here, I said, you know what, you look out for me. You put me a little, you know, a little something into my little tip jar, or you do whatever, because it's those little random acts of kindness that people remember, because this world that we live in is not a kind world. And anybody who think that we living in a perfect world, they delusional as hell, because you know what, every time I look at the news, there's always something crazy that's going on. And that's why I'm sitting here and I'm so happy that I'm able to have these conversations with you, because you are a prime example that if you take the little bit of time out to actually care, then you know what, you can achieve your goals, your accomplishments. You can travel, you can eat what you want to do, you can live the life that you want to live, you can live where you want to live and still be a good person.
Well, you know, I believe everybody's good. I mean, you know, and we're all just a little twisted, and that keeps us,
Yep.
you know, that keeps it interesting.
But that's coming from a realistic viewpoint, you know, that is doing just like this. And so you have all your hands and all these different things. So why don't you tell us a little bit now more about what you got going on right now? What's the day vision now? Okay, day vision.
So May 25th, Soul Central Awards down in Vegas. So,
yes, we will be there.
Yeah, so and so will I. So 5 wives, and we'll get some other kudos to sponsors later. Also, working with Extreme Focus, Dave Austin, and so he's a retired professional golf or tennis player. So you know, basically, it's for corporate. You know, he's a personal coach and it's corporate training, so they come in and you know, I mean, everybody needs a cheerleading. Yeah, I mean, we all.
My senior year of high school, I
Yeah.
took tennis and I got an A in it. Okay, that was the easiest PE course I ever took in my life. I was like, what? All I gotta do is hit this ball across the thing, dude. And I said, you know, and I was like, I'm on this. Okay, I thought I was Serena for a minute.
So yeah, it's extreme focus. I mean, you know, basically whether it's a corporate or whether it's a team. I mean, you know, so it's you know, Dave goes down to, you know, works with spring training with the ball players. You know,
Okay.
it's but you know, everything. So we're every corporation right now. So it's down in Adobe, and they hired us on for their training session. Then they would get to pick a military base, and as a, you know, they can brand, hey, we support our military here, and let's say it's Davis Air Force Base. So then we go in to work with Davis Air Force Base because, you know, they hired us. So it's kind of, they get a freebie there, and you know, and
Twofer.
yeah, two. There you go. You know, it's helping out our armed forces. They're, you know, they're in the front lines, and you know, having transitional.
If they gonna put their lives on the line,
Yeah.
they deserve a little something.
Yeah, you know, and
That's
then
how
when
I
they come back into, you know, to our life over here, you know, there's a transitional period and stuff. So you know, so we're working with them right now. So and just started working with that the last couple of weeks. So so if you like some corporate training, personal coach, give me a call. 385-242-0863, David Nordstrom.
See how he just did that? I didn't even have. Most of the times I gotta sit there and be coaching people. I'm like, listen, buddy, plug. I would have had that phone number going like 24/7 across the thing, man.
Extreme Focus.
Extreme Focus.
DAA@extremefocus.com. Okay, but
And they can also find you on Facebook.
oh yeah, I got several. U-Time, Deflex, City Creek Entertainment.
Because I know your personal page, you at 4,000 something like me again, okay? And I be having to delete folks. You ain't got no picture, you gone, buddy. Okay?
Well, I was like, I had somebody say, oh, Dab. So it's Dab Nordstrom on Facebook, like DAB. It's like, wow, no, it's my stage name, my stripper name. No. Yeah.
That's when you gotta go get that extra money for that extra, you know, that
Hey,
extra.
don't give me quarters, I'm on a pole. No.
You know, that's when you don't want black and white photos no more, you want color, so you gotta go and have a little side job.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, Dab, it's like, oh, that's cool, it's something cool. But, yeah, and then somebody else, like, you just don't know how to spell or something. It's like, but, you know, on Facebook, you gotta give an email number. Well, I'd get up to almost 5,000 people, and then I'd get kicked off for put real estate on there or something. It's like I wasn't running on a business page. And like, boom,
Are you sure you're not my soul brother? Because I had capped out 2 Facebook pages already. They kicked me out my first one for 5,000.
Yeah.
Then I started another one for 5,000.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah, but my friends were taking bets on me. How long do you think it is before he gets kicked off again? Like, he's gonna come around and ask us, hey, be my friend again. It's like,
Dave is like we're some eco-terrorists or something, and they trying to get rid of us, dude. Because people sit there, and I'm just like, and I'm like,
like a bad rash, you keep coming back.
I'm like, all I'm doing is some paranormal shows, maybe promoting a few people and everything.
Every time Facebook kicked me off, my mom thinks something happened to me. She's like, are you okay?
She's like, what's going on with Chris? I haven't seen him. I said, well, he's in Facebook jail again.
For a week.
I think they got him for the next 2 weeks or a week or something like this. But you can contact me because I don't get. And after I said that, they booted me off my first account. I was like, on his birthday, all I did was say, Dave was, happy birthday, baby. Next thing you know, we see some suspicious activity on your account. And I sat there trying to reboot. And then finally I said, man, bump these people. I'm gonna have to start all over again.
Oh, I know. Okay. I'm not gonna change myself and say, I haven't done that for a while.
Okay, and because both me and you both, I'd be friend requesting each other again on the new account.
I've got a reserved one already. Been with no face on it, so don't look up me on that one.
Oh my God.
Mark Rose watching the live. Who's the whiskey's coming? What whiskey's coming?
We have the Ogden's Own, so we have the
5 Wives vodka.
We have Porter's Peach
Porter
whiskey.
Peach.
Yeah, Porter's Peach. Porter was Brigham Young's hitman, bodyguard, something like that. The whole Ogden's Own, all their products have, the 5 wives, kind of go off the environment here. You got Porter, it's Porter Rockwell, so Porter's Peach whiskey, and they got some other
So
ones.
technically what we got sponsorship rights for the Soul Central Magazine Awards right now is that Dave is supplying the drinks. Okay? He's making sure that everybody got a little taste of some sip of what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
We got peach and we got 5 wives.
And they got Madame Petrini's gin, which just got voted #1 in the United States for gin.
Oh, sipping on gin and juice.
and Madame Petrini was actually Brigham Young's, Brigham Young's 17th son or something like that. Kind of shipped him off because he was a cross-dresser.
And so now he's making gin?
Oh, yeah, yes. But he's not making it, but Ogden's Own is. But it's pretty
I'm
cool.
going to tell you that.
So if you're sober at the Soul Central Awards, it's not Dave and our fault.
For real. We're making sure that there's a little drink going on involved.
Some Mormon spirit up in Vegas.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
The gin.
But we're from the higher elevation.
For real.
So we don't know better. And so you got the Soul Central Awards going on. We got your thing that's going on with the with the military that's going on too. And you know what? And
then the Comic-Con, or not the Comic-Con, but the Walker Stalker events throughout the year. So, what else? There's about another dozen things. I'm working on my movie personally, so.
it's a biography.
Well, I wait the statute of limitations out before I can tell you that.
Well, listen, I'm giving permission right now if he wants to use this interview inside his movie, okay? Because I got to be seen with Dave Nordstrom, like I'm saying. And yes, I pronounced his name right, okay?
We had a movie director, J.D. Allen. We interviewed him in here.
From Inglewood Films.
Yeah, from Inglewood Films, and he did a movie about his life, and he started the movie off, and it opened with Gwen interviewing him, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Well, the title, because I actually registered this one back 7-8 years ago. Sometimes I'm a slow learner to get things done. No, but it's called Bad Boys of Scottsdale. Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Exclusive.
Bad Boys of Scottsdale, okay? He let you know what's really going on in the dang hood and everything. And so you know what? And so so you travel a lot. Aren't you getting ready to go to London soon?
I was supposed to be there at the end of the month for the Walker Stalker event there. But instead, I talked to Mark Rowan. He said, "No, you don't have to come." No, I'm kidding.
Mark probably said, "No, man, what you saying? You're supposed to be there, man."
That was just too many other things on my plate personally. But that was the end of the month. What's the question? No. So other things. Well, in 2016, I did a lot of traveling. So we worked on the presidential campaign for the Independent Party, and I don't know. I think I did 38 cities. Of the rallies.
You sound like one of them old school, like back in the day when like the soul people used to have to go and they get in the bus and they had to travel from city to city.
Oh.
The Apollo Theater going all the way down and stopping off and dropping Motown and everything else just like this. You're sitting there, everybody cooking, combing and perm and everything in the back and
Oh, that was, I believe me, traveling, getting in and out of the airplane. I lost my car at the airport. It's like you pull in, you bring, you came home, you changed out your luggage, but get another ticket and leave again, right? It's like, and we're going all over the country, and it's like we're with the Gary Johnson running for president campaign, with Trump, and actually, I'm thinking back, I'm sitting in Boston, got 2 governors in New Hampshire and New Mexico, and a Secret Service agent, have my coffee. Never saw this shit happen. It was pretty cool. I went to Ground Zero, New York. The whole East Coast thing, got to meet the individual.
I know what you mean about that, because I remember when my dad, he was my military. He did the late Bush and Clinton administration. He was the photographer that went with them on Air Force One and other things. And I still remember for my granny passed, she's like, Jackie, these men came to my house asking me all these questions and all that. That's like this. The Secret Service went to my granny house. I didn't understand what was going on, man. But you know what I want to tell you right now is that I thank you for coming here and being with us now and being able to show us, a little bit about what's going on in Dave Nordstrom's life and all the upcoming events and the production. Because most people would think, they would think that you're unapproachable, and I'm trying to let y'all know that Dave is not unapproachable. You just got to come at him right. Okay, you can't be coming at him all twisted, with your nose up in the air and all these things just like this. Like I'm saying, you got to come at him like a gentleman, like I'm saying, like, hey Dave, what's going on? I'm gonna always be like, what's up, baby?
I'm all about the hugs.
Listen, I be giving some hugs. I know we won't even name about some people just walked up in the store right now that like to jack me up on a constant baby, but I can't stop hugging on her. It's like she's like crack or something. Then I said it. I finally said it. Everybody says one way through the thing I'm gonna mention crack or something going through the day. They know I'm not a crackhead. But you know what? But I'm gonna tell you something. I look forward to working with you at Soul Central Magazine. I look forward to working with you in general, man, because you know what? You got so much inspiration and just that mentorship, and it's just like, man, you know what? You just came up in here and you was as real as it had to be. And it's like most people would have probably been sitting there thinking that, oh, this he gonna be this way, and I'm just like, no, you're just like a normal average day person's right there, but you just lived your life and you're doing exactly what you wanted to do. And you know what? You got the Walking Dead going on, race cars going on, sitting there with governors and stuff, Ground Zero, we can recap it going on, like I said, Sundance Magazine producer. He's got his own, he got the Bad Boys of Scottsdale going on out there. I'm remembering everything. And and you can check him out on Facebook before me and him both get banned again, okay, at Dave Nordstrom. That's DAV Nordstrom, okay? So make sure that's what's going on. And I'm going to tell you, man, you can LinkedIn, you on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Okay, LinkedIn, listen, you can find this man everywhere. As long as you can spell his name correctly, you're going to be able to get him to where he is, And I want to thank you again, Dave.
Thanks, man.
For baby doll.
Give me
You're going to make me get up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all see that? That's how you show love on camera, okay? And I want to thank you guys for being here at Tea Time with the Empress today, a special episode that we got going with Dave Nordstrom. I also want to thank you for Gorilla Mafia Entertainment and Media, Soul Central Magazine, TV, and production. Either go global or stay local, and we're trying to go global because we're already too local here on the Salt Flats. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and we love you. And once again, Dave Nordstrom, okay? I got some peace.